Launch Director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Mission Director.
3,
You have permission
2.
to launch.
We have ignition of the RS-68A main engine. And we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket.
Mach 1, execute, and we have indication of spacecraft separation.
Minus 30.
Status check.
Go Delta.
Go PSP.
Minus 15.
Trophy ignition.
10. 9.
Piston start.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff of the mighty Delta IV Heavy rocket.
Three RS-68s look good in the full thrust mode. "25 seconds into flight. Chamber pressures continue to look good on all three boosters. Now 35 seconds in. Chamber pressure on the core booster is throttling down to the partial thrust mode. Response looks good. Now 50 seconds into flight. Strap-on boosters look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. Now 1 minute into flight. Vehicle trajectory looking good right down the middle of the range track. 1 minute, 10 seconds into flight. Coming up on 1 minute, 19 seconds into flight, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure, and Mach 1, Delta IV is now supersonic. One minute, 30 seconds into flight. Port and starboard booster engines continue to look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. One minute, 45 seconds into flight. Trajectory continuing to look good right down the middle of the range track. ACS press valve has been opened. ACS pressure response looks good. 2 minutes, 10 seconds in. Strap-on boosters continue to look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. And Delta IV has gone to closed loop guidance. And we have jettison of both strap-on boosters. 2 minutes, 30 seconds into flight. Core booster is throttled back up to full thrust. Response looks good. And at 2 minutes, 39 seconds into flight, the Delta IV rocket now weighs just 1/2 of what it did at launch, burning propellant at a rate of almost 5,000 pounds per second. Upper stage lock system has begun boost phase chill down sequence. And launch vehicle is now 33 miles in altitude, 49 miles downrange distance, traveling at 4,500 miles per hour. 3 minutes into flight. Three minutes, 15 seconds into flight. And we have BECO booster engine cutoff standing by for stage SEP. Trajectory continuing to look good down the middle of the range track. And we have good indication of stage separation. And we have ignition on the RL-10 engine. Engine chamber pressure looks good. and we have good indication of payload fairing jettison. Four minutes, 25 seconds into flight. Five minutes into flight. Five minutes, 20 seconds into flight. And
will jettison the entry balance masses in preparation for parachute deploy and to roll over to give the radar a better look at the ground.
Applicant indicates chute deployed.
The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed, and we are seeing significant deceleration in the velocity. Our current velocity is 440 meters per second at an altitude of about 12 kilometers from the surface of Mars. And the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
TBA is nominal.
We have timing of the landing engines.
Nav filter converge. Velocity solution 3.3 meters per second.
Tango Delta.
Touchdown confirmed. Safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the signs of past life.